Hi guys, you're ready with me, part one, relationships series. So when it comes to relationships, I didn't really have any boyfriends until I was in high school. I had, a couple here and there friends. I also do remember that when I went back to the Philippines the second time, the neighbor that lived across the street, we had a thing going on, but we started writing letters when I came back to the US, and that only went on for a couple months, and then to find out he found a girlfriend in the Philippines, which I'm okay with that. No problem with that whatsoever. So in high school, that's pretty much when it started with my relationships. That's when my relationship started. I remember, so sophomore, junior year, I was at Emerald Ridge, which I shot a couple crushes. It wasn't anything like that at all. Oh, and then all of a sudden, when senior year came, which actually I moved schools. I wasn't going to Emerald Ridge anymore. I went to Bethel, which is in Spanaway. That's when everything happened. I met I forgot. Okay, so I remember there's this other guy. What was his name? He was like my first boyfriend, I guess. Yeah. His name is, what was his name? I don't remember, but he was my first boyfriend. That was in high school, or maybe junior high. I don't remember that. I know that he was really broken when we broke up, which, oh well. Because, yeah, that wasn't anything at all. But, so then when high school came, I dated this guy named T. He adored me, he was a good guy. But the thing is, he was too good. Like, there was no bad boy in him. And I know I attract them ones. But anyway, so we were dating. I was in high school. But he was older. That was the thing that people were like, why are you with him? He's too old. But he took care of me though. Like, I remember all his paychecks, he always came to me. So that was good. But then, he also had kids. So I didn't want to take all of what he was making and all for me, And then I just started not having feelings anymore. So I ended that. I know we were still in contact years after, we were friends. And yeah, so he was a good guy. I liked him. Nothing wrong with him. And so in high school, after me and him broke up, my high school sweetheart. So, yeah, my high school sweetheart. How did we meet? We had a class together, and it just started with that. Class was good. It was always fun. I think we had Mr. Bell. I think not really, maybe. I think that's his name. But so we were dating for a while. My high school sweetheart, and all of a sudden, I think after school ended, like our first job, we worked together at some warehouse, and then I don't know, it was like it was a big change after high school, so things were different. He got his own apartment, started, being independent. This is crazy, but so after high school, he went to some party and he cheated on me with some girl. And I found out because she told me about it. What happened was I was online and I was online as him, I think. I think that's what it was. And she pretty much told on him or no, I think it was me that was on there because she was gladly to tell me that he cheated on me. Yeah, she was a bitch. But I saw her at the store after that, and she was all trying to be nice to me, but it's whatever. But then I forgave him after that. I did. And then so we were still together. And after that, he met a girl named Johnny or whatever her name was, and it was either me or her, and I think he picked her, but then me and her ended up being friends. I remember we even went to, where did we go? We even went to Olive Garden and had a chat. But whatever. So that was cool. But me and my high school sweetheart, we're so cool, you know. We talk here and there, but it's all love. No, I don't care about what happened in the past, because obviously there was a reason for it, you know. And now, also the funny thing about that situation is, let me get, I might get back into that story later on, but for now, let's just keep it quiet. And the reason why I say that girl was a bitch who my high school sweetheart cheated me on is because when she told me, she was like, oh, and by the way, I'm pregnant and he might be the dad. So I was like, oh, great. So then, yeah, so let's talk about what I said earlier about, let's not talk about this, but I will talk about it. So, my ex, his sister was telling me that when we were together, this girl who lived by me was like stalking us. And so when we broke up, they got together and then they had a baby together. But I think one of them in their little crew was telling me that, yeah, she was stalking you guys and she wanted to be in your spot with that. So I was like, you can have him, baby girl. We're actually cool because at one point when the baby was like maybe 3, I babysat the baby. So yeah, no issues there at all. But I just thought it was hilarious that that was brought up to my attention. So then, after my high school sweetheart, I believe I was torn from that. I lost a lot of weight. Then I got introduced to the Doll Squad. So it was a go-go dancing gig, a couple things, and that's probably another series that I'm gonna do with that. But so after that, there was a few that I was talking to. Some of them stuck out the most. So let's get into those few that I'm gonna mention right now. So one of them, his name was Iraq. And this, I did not know he was in a relationship until Facebook told me. We had a few people, friends in common, and to find out that he was with a girl. And so yeah, that one didn't last long, only because the roommate that back then, she was a fucking hater. She was hating on me. I don't think she ever liked me. I think she just used me for publicity, for having friends, because she was a loner to begin with. Also gonna have a series of friendships and how scandalous these bitches are. So that's another series that I want to talk about. But as far as that little situation, that was over with like in a quickness. So then we, all of a sudden, loft days, I meet a guy, Nico. We were cool. It was good times. I really liked him. Also, that didn't last long, only because his baby mama. So the baby mama was so crazy, yo. Like, I remember one time I came over to his house and I think the baby was there, or he was getting dropped. Oh no, I think the baby was there, yes. And so all of a sudden there's a knock at the door, and it was the bitch, the baby mama. And she's like, what the fuck, blah blah blah, you know, regulating, when, like, come on, like, you're ghetto as fuck. But so then but before that, when she was still at the door, he was like, oh, you need to hide. So I'm hiding in a fucking closet, and the baby knew that I was in the closet, and he knew that if the mom found out that I was there, that it was gonna be insane. So the baby, he was quiet too, like he was being quiet about the situation until he got her ass to leave the house. But yeah, so that one didn't last long because, like, you know, like, you're trying to be in a relationship with me, but then you have a ghetto ass baby mama that's still on your ass. So deuces. So then, like, after that, like, maybe like a couple of weeks later after that, she saw me at the mall, and once again she was like, you fucking bitch. She's like, if I ever see you out, blah blah blah. Like, she was ghetto. Like, yeah. And then so that didn't last long either. And then, see, and here comes them, really good guys. They're these guys that are good, you know, but I just didn't have feelings like that for them. So then this guy, his name's James, a really good guy. He would do anything for me. But the only thing about that was he was mama's boy. And me and mama's boys are, I don't know. I'm not into mama's boys really because it's annoying as fuck. It's not cute. It's annoying. And so when I broke up with him, I think it was hard for him. I think it was hard for him because I remember him writing something on Facebook or Instagram, or I don't know. I think it was just Facebook then, and he was just hurt, and so, but I just recently actually saw his page, and he looks like he's happy with 2 kids. So good for him. I'm happy with that. And honestly, like, if I did stay with him, my whole life would have been way different than how it is now. But you know, I took the side where whatever happens, happens. So that's what I took, and that's where he got me. Here I am. So then after a while, dating a couple people here and there, I decided to take a little break from relationships, you know. I just wanted to focus on myself. I'm not sure if I was still go dancing still. And then I started working at this, it was for Verizon. I forgot what it was called, but it was a totally different atmosphere for me. Everything was so different from what I was used to. Different people from all over. Worked there for a little bit, you know, seeing how everything was. And then I had a crush. I saw someone that I thought was cute. So, you know, not sure if he was married or anything or that, but he didn't have a wedding ring at all. He was like a team lead, and yeah, you know, he was very cute to me. I was like, okay, this might work. Or no, not even that. It was more of like, okay, well, we'll see where this goes. Or no, I wasn't even sure if he was even interested in me or not. But then to find out later on, he was. So then we started talking. Like I said, he was a team lead, so I didn't know how that would have looked. But so then I had my apartment with this girl. That was my first apartment away from home. So me and him, Mark, started dating. After that, what turned me on about him is he was romantic. Our first date was good. I remember he told me to come over, and when I got there, he had drinks ready on the table. He had food that was ready on the table. It was very, like, he was a gentleman. It was like my first relationship like that. Something new, something like, wow, this guy actually can do things for me. And he wowed me with his generosity and his hospitality when I came over the first couple nights. So that was really good. I like that. So me and Mark dated for like 2 years. What happened with that was, like I said, you know, he took care of me. He was really down for me. But one of the red flags that I saw with that was when he came over to the house, to the apartment, and I think I was going to work. I think I was at work, and he stayed at that apartment. And then to find out that he was going through my stuff. Like, he was going through my drawers. He was going through, like, letters that I had, which I thought was weird. That should have been a red flag in the beginning. And then he made an excuse about it because there was a time where he knew what I wanted because I wrote it down on my journal and he read it. So, like, when something came up, he gave it to me and I was like, how did you know? You know? And that was from him sneaking in my shit. Me and Mark had a big fight in the beginning. And this is why I can't get over this, because This bump right here on my lips, he is the reason for that. It was jealousy, I think. He was jealous. And I'm telling you, this was like maybe the first month of our relationship. He was at the apartment. We got into it. He grabbed me and pushed me. I don't know what happened, but I fell, I tripped, and my lip hit the sofa. Or I don't know why it hit, but it was pretty bad. That was like one of the first fights that I've ever been in a relationship that was violent. Cops did come because of how loud it was, but they didn't do shit about that. Nothing happened with that. So, yeah. And then, with that being said, he helped me with a daycare. He was like, you know, you're gonna be really good at this. So we started our own daycare business. And then that's when he started being shady with shit. Because he made me pay for his mortgage. Which was also like, okay, understandable, because, you know, you did help me with this business, and it is going off right now. So I paid for his mortgage, and I also paid for his rent for the condo that he was living at. So I paid for that, and then it just started not becoming fair, you know, because like I was paying for everything, and it's like, what are you paying for? Like, where was that Mark where in the beginning? Where was he at? Because it seems like everything now is on me. And then after that, with the Mark situation, he wowed me in the beginning, you know. We even went to Hawaii. We went to the Big Island. You know, like he made it seem like he had the money, like he had this, all that. And yeah, so then after a while, we were together for 2 years. After a while, things just went downhill. And I will talk to you guys about that later. But I feel like Mark had the best life when he was with me, because yeah, you know, his shawty was paying the bills. He didn't have to do anything. After him having a condo, him having a house, he rented another house so he could do other stuff with it. And yeah, so he was living the life with me. And then shit started happening. I'm gonna wait to talk about this relationship, because I don't know if I'm ready to talk about it right now. But other than the problems that we had and people getting involved in it, like his mom, just it wasn't worth it anymore. And yeah, so after that, we'll talk about the next series on my next vlog.